Hey guys, Britt here, continuing my playthrough of Resident Evil 7. The last episode we found Ethan while we were playing as Mia, and so she saved us, but then sacrificed herself to save us, and got trapped by Evelyn, and we saw that she was infected again. So now, we got off the boat, and we climbed into this little cabin and found some Umbrella Corporation stuff. And it looks like we're gonna head into the mine. I probably should have saved before, sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and save now. While we're here. Saving. Alright. And we're off. Wait. Well, that let me start my timer. Start. Alright, here we go. Kind of looking like we're getting closer to the conclusion. Oh, hi. Glad I got all that ammo. I guess I'll just miss like every freaking shot. I don't know. Oh, that thing's hard to aim with. That's better. Kinda wish I got the bombs. And especially when dealing with a large amount of them. The bombs would definitely have been helpful. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Any more? I'm sure there is. Any items around here that may be of use? Not gonna explode, are you? Okay. I'd have been upset if you exploded. Anything over here? What are you? Ooh, an herb. We can make, I'll make a regular with that. Already got 2 of the strong. Oh. A lot of chem fluid around the mine. I guess that makes sense. Oh, duh. Quick. It'd been great if you turn around, there's like 100 of them right there. It's really dark in here. Oh, there's the light. I see the light. Uh-oh. Shotgun shells would be great. Seems like every horror game has a mining area. Like every one. It's rare to play a horror game and it not have a mining section. I don't trust these boxes anymore. These bombs are around and that's not good news on the boxes. Be cool if you can set the tripwires. Like one more of those. thought that. Oh, hi. Uh-oh. Yeah, I ain't gonna play with you. I ain't playing no games. No, you. Oh, yikes, that was close. That was very close. Am I ready to get the items in here? Any items in there? So obviously we're going to need to be a bit more careful. Or else those little bombs are going to get us. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Yep. Okay. Why? Oh no. Ah. I didn't realize both of them were in there. So, as I said about being more careful, this type of little has low health, but walks on all fours and is very fast and nimble. Make sure you get your shots in whenever they stop long enough for you to do so. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, all the way back here. Only took 3 last time. Should have just lured him over. Die. Jeez. Okay. My good ammo ain't gonna last that long. At this rate. So I got my enhanced ammo for when we fight both these dudes. Let's start backing up. Just need to go in long enough to activate them. Where are they? Oh crap. Dang. The movements are too awkward. Okay. Oh, I don't need that, man. I'm sure it's a great gun. But it's not really of use to me. Yeah, Put you right here for now. In case I run into multiple enemies, and I can just... If I run out of ammo with the shotgun, I'll just substitute the machine gun. The boards remind me of Outlast. Oh, hi. Damn. Okay, well, there goes the bombs. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted to do. Not one bit. Why do I just like push this? Oh, the rocks. Oh, Ethan, you're so strong. Anything over here I can use? Nope. Just watching my ammo dwindle down. Anything? No. Give me a bunch of items, now they ain't giving me anything. This is a very open area for there to be no enemies. I don't trust this one bit. You know, I knew I shouldn't have trusted any of the boxes. But at the beginning, it was fine. Herbs, definitely good. Make you. Anything else in here I can use? No. We got some reading. Sent Friday, January 16th, 2015. So like 2 years ago, even though the mine was from like the 1890s. Thanks to you guys, it's been about a week since my head's been clear and back to normal, and she still thinks she's got me. You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, but she's about as stupid as one too. Mom and Dad are still totally under though. I was wondering, is this whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? It's kind of messed up. November 4, 2015. Mia is still somewhere in between Evie La La Land and reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. Well, I thought maybe Evelyn would get mad since Mia's her favorite and all. But she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is messed up. September 1st, 2016, so over a year later? Or just under a year later. Evelyn's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more a-holes off the street to add her to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of Mia not coming around. But it's a pain in the butt for me because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. So they were watching this whole thing. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin gets all wrinkly and she's getting gray hairs. Is that supposed to happen? It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. Evie is grandma. Dun, dun, dun. Which way is forward? Because I want to go the opposite way. So I think that's... Yeah, we'll go in here. Infection report. This report details the symptoms that appear when bacterium that grows inside of the E-Series infects a human. Be sure to read this document thoroughly before dealing with E-Series weaponized assets, hereafter referred to as mold. Initial infection. The mold ingests nutrients from the subject's body to propagate itself and slowly takes over cells within the body. As a side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable regenerative abilities. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects and found that they were able to coat the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. Mid-stage infection. Once the mold reaches the brain, the subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-Series asset. The subject starts to hear things and experience hallucinations, and soon comes under complete control of the E-Series asset. If this state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego. Ego is pretty much like consciousness, self-awareness. Complete infection. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold, the subject begins to lose their human form. Physical mutations differ from case to case, but all result in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength. Containing a subject at this state would be extremely difficult. So you don't want to get at that point. "5 minutes after dose of vomiting. Dosage test. 10 minutes after dosage. After dose, death. Cell calcification." So we're getting a lot of information in here. Tissue samples. Destroys cells of any subject based on the E-Series bioweapon model. Used only for disposal of E-Series assets. The toxin must first be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of the E-Series cells into the necrotoxin container. Alright, here we go. So this is how we kill Evelyn. Oh, a lot of reading. This project was investigated in 2000 as one of the several concepts for the company's next generation experimental battlefield superiority initiative. Working with technical assistance from HCF to develop a bioweapon for neutralizing combatants in mass with minimal direct contact. Nexus was later folded and all of its assets diverted to this project. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. Since this effectively eliminates the cost of not only POW handling, but also combat itself, it's no wonder we had thought the blank and even blank's blank organization chomping at the bit to get on board. The project would never have existed were it not for the discovery in blank of blank, the remarkably progressive vicariant evolution fungus that we commonly term the mutamacete. Fabrication method for each bioweapon was to introduce the genome to pre-stage for human embryo and perform cultivation in a controlled environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability from the impractical to and faulty. Series A through D to the perfected E series. A common appearance was selected for the bioweapons that a roughly 10-year-old girl to ensure ease of blending in with urban/refugee populations. The first E-series specimen, named Evelyn, has proven capable of secreting the blank from her tissue as well. It is also of note that Evelyn's imposes the profound control over body and mind when introduced into a host organism. We still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Evelyn achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to the autoinducer pheromones used for quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. That's a lot of big words. Evelyn's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, the first of which is hallucination. Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Evelyn, though she is not in fact there, and even hears her voice, which is inaudible to anyone else. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first the phantom Evelyn appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. A psychological shock that this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Evelyn's brainwashing effect. And by the time mental control is achieved, the infection has progressed throughout the body cells, so the body So, Evelyn is a perfected form after a series of different tests, pretty much. She was the E series after the failed attempts through the A through D series. And pretty much she gets in your mind, and the first thing you experience is hallucinations. And after that, she, just over time, she breaks down your mind more and more to where she can, after a while, she can control you. And then the infection gets to be too much for your body to handle, and you begin to transform, and that's where you get the molded from. I don't trust that thought. Okay. Shotgun shells. I think there was one more file in there that we had to read. Taking a little eyeball break. Those letters are small from this distance. One more file. Evelyn's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycelia, the fungal filaments. The term organism is used loosely here. Strictly speaking, they are superorganisms formed in countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instinct and will defend themselves ferociously with the slightest provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength gives them significant battlefield potential. The researchers have been calling the superorganisms the molded, made of mold, and also molded as in shaped. The name has a certain elegance to it. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing on samples of Evelyn's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify, but if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. So that's kind of like how Marguerite and Jack died. Whenever you killed them both, they both turned into like those bone-looking things. That was them calcifying. Oh boy. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to blank would enhance its effects to extreme potency, becoming a compound we now call enocrotoxin, which blank even in tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Evelyn's behavior is her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments, we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, treating her as if she were really their daughter. Why did she settle upon family as the theme for her mental control? This is just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to blending into social groups than a lone girl. On the other hand, well, a sentimental sort might suggest that she's making up for perceived lack of love in her quarantined upbringing, a parent's love. So they made Evelyn into what she is in hopes to invade other countries or enemy territory and create them as super soldiers that do their bidding. Because not only will it neutralize your threat, but it'll make your threat work for you, which makes you even more powerful than you already were to begin with. You're literally creating soldiers out of your enemy. I mean, it's kind of genius in its own way. It's sick. But in reality, I can see something like this actually happening, you know? Me as well. Just in case. But okay, guys, we'll call this an episode. We learned quite a bit in this one. A lot of useful information. So, tomorrow, either we're going to learn more, or we're going to go back into the action. I don't know if that room is all the information that they're going to give us. But either way, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your days. Later.